Working on my goals, part 3. What I learned in the past few days is that I need to understand myself, my brain, and my habits more so I can put myself in positions where I can excel. I had a good example for this. When you don't have a lot of options, you can do a lot more than you think. In fact, you can do anything when you have no other option. When I wanted to run a marathon, what I did is I went on Google Maps and I looked at a place that was exactly 42 kilometers away from my house. And you can guess what I did. I ran from that place to my house. And it doesn't even matter how difficult it gets. If I don't finish the marathon, I'm not getting home. So you have no other option but to finish the marathon. And this might sound like an easy example, but if you understand your own habits, your own thoughts, your own behaviors, then you can implement that into your life. You can base your actions on that. Maybe you know that you can do a lot of stuff when your planning is very clear, when you know exactly what to do. If you know that about yourself, then at the beginning of the day, make a planning and you could write anything down. You're gonna follow it. So you might as well write down that you're gonna do a lot of things, everything that you wanted to do. What I've also been thinking about a lot is that I'm gonna work on my goals as soon as possible and I'm gonna be less scared because at the end of my life, I don't want to say that I wish I would have done something and I didn't do it. That's why I'm posting on social media a lot and I just want to put myself out there. And sometimes I think that I might be talking about cringe stuff, but then I remember that if this is what I want to talk about and if this is what I think I can bring to the world, I can say something about, I can help other people with, then I should probably just do that thing. And that's exactly why I'm posting on TikTok and YouTube. And that is also exactly why I'm really just doing anything, because I'm doing every goal. I'm working on every goal that I want to achieve. This year, I also wanted to visit more countries. After I went solo traveling and after I went on Erasmus, I realized I wanted to see even more of the world. And that's why a couple months ago, I simply booked a trip to Asia. And now I'm gonna travel in Asia for a month. Because that might be a crazy idea. I booked the trip myself. And it might be a crazy idea. But if I want to do that, if I want to be able to say that I saw everything of the world, then I'm not gonna wait for the perfect moment. I'm not gonna wait for a perfect opportunity. I just want to do it as soon as possible. And also that's gonna make me a lot smarter. I'm actually gonna have that goal for the next couple of years. Visit new countries every single year. What I've also been thinking about is 5 components of self-improvement, which means 5 things that I think everyone should do at least once in their life. And it is firstly, solo traveling. You're gonna learn a lot about yourself. You're gonna get rid of social anxiety. You're gonna figure out what you want. And you're gonna create a lot of stories. 4 very useful things. Then going on Erasmus or studying abroad. Here you're gonna live to learn without your parents if you've never done that before. Second, you're gonna be in a new country, a new culture, with new people. You're not gonna know anyone. It's kind of the same story as solo traveling, but also you're gonna learn to build a new social life from scratch. That itself is you can learn a lot from building a social life from scratch, but it's also very interesting to analyze how you're doing it and how others are doing it. Then number 3, starting a business. It's gonna teach you a lot about discipline. It's actually gonna make you money, and it's just gonna teach you that you need to show up every single day without knowing if you're ever going to achieve your goal or not. Number 4 is building your dream physique. That is going to make you actually look good and be healthy, which are two very important things. And it also teaches you about discipline, about showing up without getting results. But this one is a bit more direct. When you're building a business, you don't know if you're going to succeed and when you're going to succeed. I think the gym is a good step in between. The progress is just slow, but you know you're going to get there. So it also teaches you patience. And number 5 is what I'm doing right now, starting a social media account. I think this teaches you that you shouldn't care about opinions of others. It teaches you to talk properly, to speak well, to formulate your thoughts into sentences and think before speaking. And it also teaches you to put yourself out there. I think at least that's what you're learning with social media. And maybe there's a couple other things, but I would have to realize them. Currently, I think I've completed 4 of the 5 components of self-improvement, and I'm now doing the 5th one, getting better at speaking already. Yesterday, I made 30 TikToks in one day, and I saw the challenge by someone else on TikTok, and he told me I would get better at speaking, get more efficient with my time, get better at turning on the camera, just talking and then posting, and also putting myself out there. And after creating 30 TikToks, I realized how much you learn from that. Normally, people might post 1 video per day for a month, but imagine if you just post 30 videos in one day. You're gonna learn 30 times faster than them. So I recommend that challenge to anyone. And I think that's it for what I've done the past couple of days.